It's 3 a.m., the house is still, the world asleep, but your eyes are wide open again. You glance at the clock and wonder, why always this hour? Many older adults feel that same frustration, fearing it's a warning sign of something deeper. But what if your body isn't sounding an alarm? It's keeping time. In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've seen this 3 a.m. pattern in hundreds of seniors, and what the research reveals might surprise you. It's not about anxiety or aging gone wrong, it's your body's clock asking for a new rhythm. Those early morning awakenings can feel lonely. You lie there, mind racing, wishing for just one more hour of rest. But science shows that after 60, our internal rhythm shifts, sleep comes earlier, and the body naturally wakes before dawn. The key is not to fight these changes, but to understand them. In my clinic, I've seen that once seniors align their daily light, hormones, and mindset with this new rhythm, their sleep and peace of mind return. So, if you've been waking at 3 a.m., stay with me. Your body might simply be trying to tell you it's time to reset. 1. The aging body clock. Why 3 a.m. feels like morning. In my 25 years of clinical work, I've often compared the human body to a grandfather clock. When we're young, every gear runs smoothly, keeping perfect time. But as we grow older, the gears wear, the pendulum slows, and the timing shifts. Our internal clock, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN, sits deep within the brain's hypothalamus. It governs the rise and fall of hormones, body temperature, and alertness. Over time, this clock loses precision. Studies published in Sleep Medicine Reviews, 2011, found that older adults often develop something called advanced sleep phase syndrome, a natural shift that makes the body sleepy around 7 or 8 p.m. and awake by 3 or 4 a.m. It isn't insomnia, it's biology. Think of your circadian rhythm as a sunrise that slowly moves forward on the calendar. When you were 30, dawn broke at 6 a.m. Now, at 70, it arrives hours earlier. Add to that the fact that melatonin, the hormone that signals darkness, drops by nearly 50% after 60, Chronobiology International, 2012, and your brain simply runs out of night fuel sooner. So, what can you do? I tell my patients, start by retraining the clock with light. Get 15 to 30 minutes of morning sunlight within an hour of waking, ideally outdoors. If mobility is limited, use a 10,000 lux light box. Light tells your SCN, it's morning again, helping to re-anchor your rhythm. And if you're wide awake at 3 a.m., don't fight it. Sit quietly, breathe, and remind yourself. Your body isn't broken. It's just running early. The goal isn't to force sleep, but to gently reset the timing over days and weeks. But that's only half the story. Because while your clock may tick early, another force, the rise of nighttime hormones, could be the real reason your mind snaps awake before dawn. 2. Hormones in the night. Melatonin and cortisol's 3 a.m. dance. When seniors tell me, Dr. Hartley, I fall asleep fine, but always wake at 3 a.m. I start by looking at hormones, not habits. Two key players, melatonin and cortisol, run a nightly dance that often changes with age. Melatonin, your body's sleep messenger, used to rise around 10 p.m. and fade by sunrise. But after 60, research from Chronobiology International, 2012, shows that peak melatonin happens nearly 2 hours earlier, around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So, by 3 a.m., its effects are wearing off, right when cortisol, the wake-up hormone, begins to climb. In a 2017 sleep medicine clinic study, scientists found that older adults have a 28% stronger cortisol awakening response than younger people. Think of cortisol as a bright floodlight, suddenly turning on in a dark room. It prepares the body for morning, but when it flicks on too early, it jolts you awake long before you want to be. In my clinic, I have seen how simple timing tweaks help balance these hormones naturally. Try this. 2 hours before bed, lower the lights below 100 lux. That's about the brightness of a soft bedside lamp. Turn off blue light screens or use amber filters, which prevent cortisol from rising too soon. If your doctor agrees, a low-dose melatonin supplement, 0.5 to 3 milligrams, taken about 2 hours before bedtime, may help strengthen your natural rhythm. The goal isn't to sedate, it's to remind your brain when night truly begins. And here's something I've found time and again. Those who pair their supplement or light routine with calm breathing or a warm foot soak often report fewer awakenings within just 2 weeks. Pause for a second. Notice how your body feels when you wake before dawn, alert, yet tired. That's your cortisol curve speaking. But another hidden factor may be amplifying that early rise. It's not in your hormones at all, it's in the inflammation quietly humming beneath them. 3. Inflammation, the hidden noise that wakes you up. Imagine trying to sleep while a low radio hums in the background. You can't quite hear the words, but the noise keeps you from resting deeply. That's what chronic inflammation does to the aging body. It keeps the nervous system slightly on, even in the dark. As we grow older, levels of inflammatory messengers like interleukin-6, IL-6, slowly rise. A 2020 study in brain, behavior, and immunity followed adults with an average age of 74 and found that poor sleep predicted persistently higher IL-6 levels over 15 months. The more restless the night, the more inflamed the body became, a self-feeding cycle. In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've seen this in so many seniors who describe being tired but wired. Their bodies are inflamed, their minds alert, and their rest constantly interrupted. But the encouraging news is that movement and gentle routines can turn the volume down. Regular, moderate activity, just 30 minutes of light walking or chair-based movement 3 times a week, can improve sleep efficiency by nearly 8% and extend total sleep by about 40 minutes, according to van der Linden et al., 2020. Gentle Tai Chi, too, has been shown, Lee et al., 2024, to lift sleep quality within 16 weeks. Think of it as slowly tuning the static until you hear quiet again. Before bed, I often recommend a soothing ritual. Write down 3 small gratitudes, sip warm chamomile tea, and breathe slowly for 5 minutes. These signals tell your immune system it's safe to rest. Have you noticed how a calmer day often leads to a better night? That's not coincidence, it's biology. When inflammation lowers, melatonin flows more smoothly, and cortisol stays quieter until morning. But for some, there's another piece of the puzzle, one that has nothing to do with inflammation or hormones. Sometimes it's simply about light, timing, and small nighttime habits that quietly disrupt the rhythm of rest. 4. The night reset, light, timing, and medication. Adjustments. In my clinic, I often remind patients that better sleep isn't about doing more. It's about timing better. Aging doesn't remove your body's rhythm. It only softens it. What we need to do is bring that rhythm back into focus, gently and consistently. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through light therapy. Research from Fiorentino and Martin, 2010, showed that seniors who receive 15 to 30 minutes of bright light within the first hour after waking were able to delay their natural wake time from 3 a.m. to about 5 to 6 a.m. within just 4 weeks. Morning light tells your brain, this is daytime, while dim, warm evening light reminds it, night is coming. Think of it like teaching an old clock to chime at the right hour again. After sunset, lower your lighting to under 100 lux, the level of a cozy living room lamp. Avoid bright screens or switch to amber filters. These small environmental shifts allow melatonin to rise and prepare your body for deep rest. If you wake at night, resist the urge to rush out of bed. Stay seated at the bedside for 15 to 20 minutes. Breathe slowly and allow your body to feel grounded. For those with balance concerns, keep a soft amber light nearby instead of harsh white bulbs. These subtle cues keep the nervous system calm and prevent cortisol from spiking further. Another overlooked factor is medication timing. Diuretics taken after 6 p.m. can lead to frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom. Corticosteroids, when taken too late, may raise cortisol and alertness during the night. Always talk with your doctor about adjusting schedules. It can make a world of difference. And here's a thought. What if sleep isn't just about what happens at night, but about the way we prepare our minds during the day? Because as I've seen with countless seniors, mindset and meaning can transform even the most restless nights into peaceful ones. 5. Mindset and myths, redefining rest. After 60, many older adults tell me, maybe I just don't need as much sleep anymore. I always smile gently and say, that's a common belief, but the science says otherwise. A comprehensive review in Sleep Medicine Clinics, 2017, confirmed that seniors still need 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, just like younger adults. The difference isn't in how much rest your body needs. It's in how your rhythm divides that rest. When the brain's internal clock shifts earlier, it can make a 3 a.m. awakening feel wrong, even if you've already slept 7 full hours. It's not a malfunction. It's an advanced phase, a natural pattern of aging. The key question is no longer, why am I awake, but do I feel restored? In my clinical practice, I've worked with hundreds of seniors who rediscovered peace once they stopped fighting their body's timing. One of my patients, Margaret, used to panic every morning she woke at 3:15. We focused on acceptance-based sleep therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, methods proven in Wenberg et al., 2013, to reduce night awakenings by 22 minutes and sustain better sleep for up to 24 months. Within weeks, Margaret stopped fearing the clock and began resting again. So if you find yourself awake before dawn, try to shift your mindset. Maybe your body isn't broken. It's wiser. It's doing what time has taught it to do. Breathe, stretch gently, and trust that this rhythm still belongs to you. And remember, restful aging isn't about perfect nights. It's about peaceful mornings, the quiet confidence that your body still knows how to heal, even in the early hours. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do for sleep isn't to force it, but to welcome it whenever it comes. So, tonight, if you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., take a slow breath. And remember, this moment isn't a sign of failure. It's a quiet message from your body. You've lived through decades of dawns and midnights. Your rhythm has simply shifted, just as the seasons do. And with light, calm, and gentle timing, it can find balance again. In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've learned that sleep isn't about perfection. It's about rhythm, safety, and peace. Whether through morning sunlight, earlier wind downs, or mindful breathing, every small habit tells your brain, you're safe to rest. And when the body feels safe, sleep returns naturally. I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed a certain time you often wake? What helps you drift back to sleep? Share your story in the comments. Your experience may be exactly what another senior needs to hear tonight. And if this video brought you comfort or clarity, I invite you to subscribe. Each week we explore practical, evidence-based ways to age with calm, strength, and confidence, without chasing trends or quick fixes. Because your nights, like your days, still hold purpose. So, when 3 a.m. comes again, maybe just whisper to yourself, it's okay. My body still knows how to rest.